Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is Somebody Said TV, where somebody said it, so we talk about it live and with you. I am your moderator, one of the co-hosts here, Kathia Devon. And for those of you all who don't know me, I'm a girl mom, career coach, everybody's BFF. Today has been a day, but I'll tell y'all about that later. Jena.
Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. I am Jena, also known as Overdressed RVA. I am the creative director for Sire Her Collective. I am a boy mom, wife, serial worker, and just ready to have a good time.
Hello, everybody. I'm Corey W. Boone on Instagram. Obviously, my name is Corey, and I'm the political commentator for the show. And I'm excited to be back.
Yes. And I am Shalena, also known as Dr. Heard, psychologist by day, resident Philly Joan by night. Let's get it.
All right, let's get it. Well, Happy New Year, everyone. How y'all doing?
Ooh.
Blessed.
Yeah. Hey, man. Somebody said that, 2021 just started in February.
Yeah.
So, and this is the first time that we get to connect with everybody. This is our first cookout of the year. So our wonderful co-hosts, if you can chime in and let us know how you all's new year is going, what y'all think about 2021. For me, I will share the last quarter of 2020 was pretty eventful. We built the house. We moved from Virginia to Maryland. I started a new job. Obviously, y'all saw some of Somebody Said TV, and then I was just found out that I got selected for this board for a wonderful organization called Youth Professional Development. And for those of you all who know me, you know that I've been showing you all my professional side a bit. I launched my career style. So when I was thinking about 2021 and what I wanted to do, I'm like a checklist person. So usually I write a lot of things down, but this wasn't working for me this time. It was very limiting. So when 2021 came, I shared with a lot of you all when I was thinking about my goals, I had these different themes. So my themes happened to be community, health, and business. And community came up because I did move. I wanted to be more involved there. And I'm a girl mom of one girl, and that's all it's going to be. So it was important to me to get her acclimated with the community. I wanted her to meet new friends and meet people. As far as the health thing, I was just like, I got to get it back together because I took a year off. And with business, it's more of a foundation thing. For some people, it's about the money. At some point, that might be a very specific goal, but just to kind of be transparent is one of those things of just wanting to share and put myself out there and see what happens. So that's been what I've been trying to get together for 2021. Jena, how you doing?
Oh, child. I've been great. I've been very fortunate, very blessed. 2020 definitely took a lot out of everybody in a lot of ways, but for those of you who don't know, I come from a very big family, and I have a lot of siblings all over the place. And I connected with a brother of mine who is a fashion designer about 10 years ago. And he reached out to me like fall of last year. And he asked me to be the creative director of the female line. He's got a very well-established men's clothing and shoe line and sneaker line, Sire Collective. And so he approached me with that opportunity. And so just been working on that, somewhere in between, doing that and being a PTA mom and working for a Lorraine company and doing micro weddings because of COVID. I got a promotion at my full-time job. So that's been a lot of work. COVID came close, but we've been very fortunate. Glad to say that, we've been, it hasn't been easy, but it could have been a lot worse. So I'm really I'm just taking it a day at a time and honing in on a creative outlet and expressing myself and like not holding feelings and ideas and emotions in with everything that's going on. So doing the creative directing stuff has really been helping with that. And so I'm really excited about the Spring Summer 2021 collection, Aside Collective. Go ahead and follow
We are
that.
too.
Really, really excited. I talk to my brother all the time. It's been a blessing. My dad is really excited. He's getting up his years, so he's very excited to see us working together, and that's good. It feels good for him to feel good. So yeah, I'm excited. Cautiously optimistic, just because everything, 2020 taught us nothing other than anything can happen. So yeah, it's been good though. Like, virtual learning is what it is. It's my son's doing well. I can't complain. Husband's good. Everybody's good. We're good.
Yeah, I think that what you said earlier, Jena, reminds me of how I felt about 2020. It's like I have been personally blessed and have had really good things to happen to me in 2020, but collectively, as a part of a community, it's been hard. There have been some highs and some lows, and you try to make sense of everything. So one really high for me is that I got a promotion at work. For those who know, I work at a local college in the city that I live in, and I'm just
VCU.
I work at a local college.
Premier University. Yeah, it's only 20,000 students there. Counting.
So I've been thankful, but
somebody said went there, but it's fine.
Listen, we count everybody in. We embrace everyone at VCU. By the way, the views that I express in this
I'm sorry, yes,
are not. I am not speaking for VCU. Let me make that clear.
Yes, disclaimer.
Yes. But, I think that there have been so many things that people have gone through. Recently, I lost a fraternity brother and friend, Tony Colden. And so I bless his name and bless his spirit. But it's just been interesting. It's been really interesting. To your point earlier, I think one of you said, it's just like, you don't know what's going to happen. So you just try to take every moment and really appreciate it. So that's the space I'm trying to be in, is just appreciate where I am in the moment that I'm in.
I love it. Yeah, I think we're all like so optimistic, and it's like, 2020 took everybody for a loop. Like, it was a hell of a year, but I think despite, like you all have touched on, kind of this collective community trauma, I know I experienced some personal loss. I had a lot of great gains in 2020 and learned a lot about me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to 2021. And for me, it's all about being intentional about my time and about my energy and about what I'm kind of putting life into. And I'm y'all know me, I'm a busybody. I do a lot of things. I serve in a lot of roles. I got 50 million jobs. But I think one of the activities I did toward the end of the year was take inventory of like all the roles I play and like all the organizations that I volunteer with and all of the ways I kind of serve at work, personally at church, and really started to mark down, like, what are the things I'm passionate about? What are the things that are kind of like true to my identity, and what are the things I'm doing out of obligation, like I'm doing because someone asked me and I felt like I wanted to help, and I'm just doing it for that reason. And this year it's no more doing things because I want to help and I want to be a good person and I want to just take one for the team. Like, I want to be intentional about the things I'm pouring into, and I want them to be directly kind of connected to my identity and what I'm passionate about. So that's what I'm on for 2021. So I'm looking forward to kind of reshifting my focus and my energy, and just, onward and upward.
Love it.
I feel you, sis.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, listen, they tried to get Somebody Said TV. So Wednesday, my laptop crashed, and I did an update because I'm thinking, I want my computer to be performing at its best for our first show and da-da-da-da-da. Literally, update took down my whole computer. So it's like today I just got it. Shout out to Henry because we had to drive there yesterday to drop it off. And then I randomly got a call that it was done. And, now he's with the kid. He's talking about something I broke it. I didn't. I broke it. So I am here and just trying to get myself together. But shout out to you all. Let's jump in. Dana's here. Hey.
Hey, Dane.
Raven said she's been blessed, and shout out to Raven. She got into Columbia University. This is her first semester.
Yay! Huge.
Henry's here. Eric's here. Y'all know the Herc's in the building. Hey, Amy J.
Thank you, Raina.
So y'all know how we do. Let's go ahead and get into Corey's political check-in. What you got for us, boo?
Oh, well, there has been so much that I actually will not get into tonight. I mean, from white supremacy being on perfect display earlier this year, to us inaugurating the first African-American South Asian woman to be in the vice president role. There's been a lot of conversations going on about politics lately and what everything should look like and, all that. But the real, I have a surprise announcement to make.
What?
You all remember that we talked about Ice Cube and his contract for Black America.
Yes.
I'm happy to announce that he has heard from the Biden administration and he will be meeting with President Biden at some point. So I just wanted to put that out there. So I wanted to close that loop that he will be meeting with him at some point.
Story.
Yes. But even bigger news than that is about our STEMIs, okay? We are all asking Biden.
Wait up, honey.
Okay. So the question that I have, well, I'll quickly say the Republicans are having conversations. They're communicating about the resolution would be in the Senate. They're having those conversations actually tonight. So we don't know where we will be with the stimulus check. The last number I've heard was 1,400. But what are you all planning on doing with your 1,400 if and when it comes?
Yes, co-host, let us know. Look, Bella Canvas
came to me the other day.
My
husband came to me yesterday. Was it yesterday? He was like, I was thinking about taking a little bit of money and putting it into Bitcoin.
Okay.
So,
investing.
That's worth the Google.
For sure.
In other adult news, we were going to buy appliances. We need a new washer and dryer.
Adult problems.
I need a new car. Marilyn is approaching her, what's today? 13th year.
Aww.
So it might be time to go shopping for a new car.
I hope everybody in the government is listening to this conversation to understand that we are actively using our STEMIs to
correct.
Yeah, stimulated. No, I definitely do.
I can't. Let's always find a way to buy. Corey, somebody said, what is the administration talking regarding these student loans?
Yes, I was just about to pull that up. They listen.
That is a very big conversation. Ironically, I heard that there were some Democrats who were asking President Biden to get rid of $50,000 worth of student loans for each borrower by executive order. We know that executive order just means you can just sign a piece of paper and it's done. So, but I think that is that's wishful thinking. We probably should just wait to see what's going to happen.
This means y'all are educated, right? Like,
listen. Senator Bernie Sanders is the chair of the Budget Committee in the Senate. So what that means is because of his own view of where we should be, there may be some more conversations. He's actually trying to raise the minimum wage to $15 across the country. So we shall, cross our fingers. But I will say for right now, if you do have federal student loans, they have extended the pause or extended the there's a special word that they use, but they basically you don't have to pay anything until after September 30th. So
right before
we will take that. Administrative forbearance is what they call it. Yeah.
Yes. Straight up.
It's official. Well, in other 2021 news, I want to know, what do y'all think about Clubhouse? So, co-host, are y'all co-host, are y'all on there? Hit us up, let us know. I think so. All four of us, we do have Clubhouse. I think that Corey, you might be the most active on there, but Shalena and I, we do dabble from time to time.
That.
Oh, no shade.
Are you telling on me right now?
No, I'm saying, like, so you might have more of a perspective than me. I will say it's not what I thought it was for it to be so, quote, exclusive. You know, I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, because when I got an invite, I really didn't know anything about it. But yeah, what rooms y'all in? Are y'all on here? I'll say the funniest thing to me are these like auditions. I love these random audio making it a band auditions.
What are you doing with the auditions though? Like, where are these people? Would it be picked up to Broadway still closed? Like, what are they doing with these people after the audition is what I'm trying to figure out.
So they say that it's supposed to be like a show, but I watch these auditions and I never see like where I can watch or hear the actual show.
Right.
But the funniest one that I saw was like, it was a Dreamgirls Clubhouse audition or whatever, and they were supposed to be doing like a live audio version, but they had all of these different people. I mean, they singing their hearts out, whether it was good singing.
I was actually tapped to audition for that one. And it was, first of all, I didn't have room in my schedule. You know how my schedule is. Second of all, that's not something I'm putting energy into at this point with music at this time. But somebody was like, are you going to audition? I remember when they were going on.
Okay. Well,
nobody asked me, for the record.
Nobody. You just wanted to know.
Somebody said they are performing on Clubhouse.
I find it to be like, I find my way on it very briefly. And like, I go into like the influencer rooms and the social media management and how to put yourself out there and all that stuff. Because Overdress started as like I don't really care what people think. I just want to have fun with it. And it just kind of morphed into something else. But it's still, I don't really care. But so I'm going into the Clubhouse rooms and like, I'm waiting to hear from somebody that got like a roadmap or something that could tell me how to elevate, and then all of a sudden like it stops. It's like, wait a minute, James Harden is in the room. James Harden, please say something. And I'm like, and all these like people chime in like, I don't understand. That's not a real page. Like somebody's about to drop a gem, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Lil Wayne is in here. Like, no, he's not.
I was about to say, somebody, Rashida, wants to know, what is Clubhouse? For the people who don't know, I don't know if we gave context. We just assume we know what it is. Corey,
I would describe Clubhouse as basically like, you know, imagine you're on FaceTime, but you're using audio FaceTime, and then like everybody has like conversation. You have like a moderator. You can be put on stage, meaning that you have a microphone access to be able to say something.
That's the audition part.
Yeah, it's a whole culture now. But basically, it's like
a podcast to me. Like, I equate it to that. Like, some of the time, I'm like, this is like listening to a podcast and being able to participate in real time.
Do you remember like the chat rooms? Like, you would call a number and then like, I feel like that's what it reminds me of. Like when you dial in on your phone and your cordless phone, and it's a chat room.
Yeah.
So some people say they're informative. Somebody else said they're uninformed.
Trying to educate.
Come to the fun rooms. There are a lot of people on Clubhouse trying to teach you a lot of things.
A lot.
If I'm in a room, they're like, they going in.
I mean, I'm fine. I want to learn. Like, I went into a few rooms, learning this. Like, whoa! Somebody famous is in here, and I was just like, well,
yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. I have not realized the full potential of it. I have not discovered it for myself, so I'm open to any type of feedback because
I've benefited from people pinging me to join things that they think would be relevant to me, and I'm trying to like follow. Like I answered the question about my interests, so they can give me suggestions, and then I can see whenever Corey's in something, Kathia, Jena, whenever y'all are in stuff, I can see what you're doing. But yeah, for me, it's still like it's something I forget is on my phone often.
You don't see my name come up saying I'm in anything. Let's be real. Be real with me. Be real with yourself.
No, I'm saying that if I'm following people, I can see, but no, I have never seen Jena in a room at any point. But theoretically, anybody you follow, if they're in a room and you have similar interests, you can say, oh, it'll say, you know, Corey Boone is in this room talking about da da da. So yeah, I'm still getting a feel for it, but I think Eric's right. I think that it's going to be something big, and I think with the right network, you can tap into some of those more informative discussions. So I'm gonna keep on tuning in.
Okay, that's good to know. You got to be into it. I got it.
Well, somebody said y'all feedback was helpful. They remember the party lines, so thank you for sharing.
Sheeta, you got to get your iPhone, Sheeta, to be on the Clubhouse. I'm
you don't have an iPhone?
No iPhone.
I was just going to say, co-host, goodness, it's Clubhouse. Co-host, if you all want to get on to Clubhouse, we do have invites, so y'all can send comments or hit our DM, and we'll get you on there if you got an iPhone. Now, if you got a Droid, sorry, that's one of the no shade here.
I wonder if too. Are they going to always, like how Facebook started with just college people? You had to have a college email. Like, is Clubhouse going to expand to other phone users, or will it just be iPhone exclusive? I don't know.
I'm sure it will. It's just taking its time.
Okay. Yeah. Apparently, there is a Black version coming out called the Cookout. But
yeah,
there's some with that. So
yeah, I might be.
I'm showing invites. I'm done with him.
we got the invites for free. Oh, hold up. There's some more, y'all. So yeah, hit us up if you don't know about it. If you're curious, we will. It's nothing to give them away. Just let us know. Eric mentioned that they were able to raise money on Clubhouse. So I mean, that's definitely a great way to use it.
And I will say one of my favorite Clubhouse discussions I've tuned in to thus far. It was about a 6-hour discussion with the cast of the season 4 of The Wire, all the kids from season 4 that are growing up now, and they were just kind of talking about just how like monumental that show was, and just like everything that was put into it. It was just phenomenal, and they're just so mature and articulate, and we're giving good advice and just talking about just the culture around that show and what it did for Black communities. So yeah, stuff like that you stumble upon, and I'm like, oh, I like this. Like, this is dope.
So in the wrong rooms.
You do have to the room thing is important. Teresa's gonna buy one from Henry, but we got you. So, just DM us one. We'll get you that invite.
Well, I mean, maybe we should do a Somebody Said room every once in a while. Maybe our co-host can invite us in. Maybe if somebody wants to ask Kathia some career questions or get some insight from the doctor, political check-in. I probably won't be able to give much, but I will give you a hat.
Oh, come on, fashion, makeup, hair, life, image architect.
Yeah. Listen, experience.
Listen.
Yeah. We'll see.
So yeah, let's get it popping.
All right. Well, while we over here talking, let's get into the queen of the talk, y'all. So who watched the Wendy Williams? Okay, we got to break this up. Are we talking about the doc first, or are we talking about the movie? Where are we going with this?
Apparently people like the doc first, so go with the doc first.
Okay.
All right. So y'all know Lifetime did it again. They produced another biopic. Like, this one was about Wendy Williams. I will say that you could tell that she had a lot of control over the actual movie and the documentary. But she told her story. I think one of the things that stood out, and just starting from the beginning, is she mentioned, I know what you looked at.
Keep going. I'm sorry. Keep going.
She mentioned her struggle with weight early on. And she talked about her parents and their role in it. So we could just start there, because what was interesting to me watching it on the movie and then seeing the parents on the documentary, they see nothing wrong with what they did.
No, she had trouble with her weight for fooling us on the scale. I mean, they just talked about it so matter of factly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think there's a clear connection between how she was raised and the experiences that she had as a child to now as an adult. I mean, it's clear to me some of those things that she has. And I think for the documentary, I couldn't finish watching it because I felt like it was overwhelming to keep watching her cry. And I didn't understand what direction things were going. And I was a little lost. I know people felt like, there was somebody that I watched on YouTube who said that she was being strategically vulnerable, which I guess, that's what she wanted to do.
So wait, they didn't think that it was real?
No, well, basically it was real, but that she was using it in a way to get people to like her or to feel a way about her.
Okay.
I was just like, I respected her because of the things she's been through. I've never been a fan, but it's clear, like the Wendy Williams that we know today, it was certainly affected by the child that she was raised to be, and the parents that raised her. Like, sincerely, you can see it like clear as day.
Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely, Corey. I feel you, and I wanted to say something about you mentioning her being vulnerable, because she actually mentioned when she started to get a fan base that it was when she was going through those miscarriages. And she started sharing that information on the radio. And at that time, I think that it was very sincere because, it was public.
Right.
But if you're talking about now going back to them doing this doc and everything that's happened to her before, I think, she saw that formula worked as far as her connecting with other people. But, our friends, they want to talk about the drugs, y'all.
They want to talk about the drugs.
They want to talk about the drugs.
Her last bender was just on wine. It was no drugs based on it was just the wine the last time she was in rehab. But yeah, everybody was doing coke back then when she was doing coke. That wasn't a big deal.
She just glazed over it like it was nothing. Like, yeah, I did it for about 7-8 years. I'm like,
yeah, that was the thing. Everybody was in a club doing coke. It was like marijuana, edibles.
5 days a week. That wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Lunch 5 days a week. Like, what are you talking about? It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I want to skip.
Go ahead. My mom said maybe it was too many mashed potatoes. Like, and she was like,
the mom. And I don't know if y'all ever watch, if y'all follow, like I followed her show when she first came out, and I actually went to a live taping, and that kind of turned me off and I stopped watching the show. But her mom was always there front and center. She always was very lovey-dovey. So yeah, to hear and see everything that they put her through as a child, I'm like, what? But like she said, they had an image like that they wanted to portray as a family, and they executed that. So I was just I'm like, this is real. Like the parents that you just be all doting over, like they really was just like, yeah.
That part of it is very telling when it comes to the way that she has chosen to navigate her career. Like, you want to shatter this image of perfection that celebrities and whatever have when you live in a glass house. Like it was just like I felt like it was like her career is almost based off of a sense of rebellion.
Yeah.
Like I was never allowed to be myself. Like you're caged in trying to be perfect, trying to show people that you're this thing and you're this perfect picture in a frame, and you're not. Mm-hmm. But we just not like you just kind of sort of little bit became candid for yourself just now, when it's like, I mean, people, if somebody weak enough, you could have damaged something with the way that you've navigated in some form or another at some point or another in your career. It just seems, it was frustrating, and I fell asleep twice watching it, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Nobody had empathy for Wendy and more empathy for her.
I have empathy for Wendy. Everybody goes through things. Like, I'm not trying to say like the 2 miscarriages, her husband being impossible to call a husband. Like, her career and like, I want to be on bed rest, but we'll bring the equipment to your house. Like all that stuff was just like, come on. But at the same time, it never like, and I heard her say like, well, maybe her sister said it like, I feel like I'm being punished for talking about people or for putting people out there like that. It's like, maybe you are.
Mm.
Yeah, she's going through. She's
got some demons. She's got some demons. And I don't know where things left off with her. I mean, that doc and movie was recorded a while ago, so I don't know what the current state of Wendy is now. I think the show is still airing, right? Like
it isn't. She has a Date Wendy segment. I literally just saw that yesterday.
She still lives in the sober house and all that, or is that done?
Well, that part I don't know, but she has a segment now that's called Date Wendy. So I mean, I like to think that she's moving on and whatnot, but I do want to say though that I understood what she did, and as a professional, I do want to give her some respect for that. Like now I get it. Because you know, when Wendy Williams was on like radio, we were really young. Like I knew who she was, but I didn't care.
Yeah, I lived in New York. I remember her on WBLS growing up.
Yeah, I was gonna say you from Philly.
Yeah, we were hyped when she came to Philly. So I think to your point, like I think that her intention and what she started, I think was groundbreaking for what she was doing. And
Absolutely.
She would have kept it at a certain level. It could have been respectable and she could have, but I think she just got too big for herself and it started to become nasty and it started to be like tearing people down. Like I think
but it was okay when Jerry Springer does it. What? Like exploiting people and putting people's business out there and like having people come on and tell their stories and asking those difficult questions. Like
volunteered. None of that, but I think when she started to come off as malicious, that's when it was like, is this really like? There's one thing to be a journalist, like you're trying to get to the story, and she wanted to reveal what people wanted to know. Like that was cool, but then she became mean. To Raven's point, so
it was mean. It was mean like that. Like I know Corey mentioned that he listened to the whole Whitney interview, and it's like we all know we were younger, but we knew something wasn't right. Something like, and that's a mother, that's a wife. Like you want to. I don't know. Like there are just some things. Like at some point, some things as a human, as a woman, as a Black person, as a representative, as a platform, like just some things, like some envelopes just didn't need to be pushed.
Yeah. I think you bring up a really good point though. I will say your point about Jerry Springer, I will say that I think in that time frame, that 90s, early 2000s time frame, us as a country, we had a lot of space for that type of talk, that type of interviews, that type of like we had a lot.
We had the Girls Gone Wild, the Jerry Springer, the Maury Show. What else?
Oh, I mean,
was it Media Takeout?
I think Girls started a little bit before, but yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was acceptable like at that time. But I think to your point about like people are talking about her attacking and specifically attacking other Black women. I just feel like with all that she's been through, though, it would seem that she could come off more empathetic. So even to the point, like with the Whitney Houston interview, it's like, you know, now towards the end of her marriage and the whole thing about her being in a sober house and she talking about how she was drinking and, you know, her husband had the affair, the woman lived down the street, blah, 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 blah. You had a lot going on and you used that, you know, as a means that led you to drink more than you usually would. But at the same time, Whitney Houston had a lot going on.
Yeah.
He had a lot going on.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
I don't know how to describe that interview, but if you have not heard all 24 minutes,
you got to.
Yeah.
You have to do yourself a favor and listen to all 24.
Was it just me or did I feel like when Whitney came back, she was singing? Like it was like, I'm a mother, don't play with me. Like it was.
I don't know, but you know, we
It just felt like it was softer but harder at the same time. Like she was just like that mom that be cursing the teacher out in the hallway in front of everybody, but don't nobody know it. Like, I don't know, Whitney, the grace in her voice.
Yes.
I don't know. It
was a lot. Like, if you grew up like us, you know, we knew, I believe the children are the future, Whitney Houston, okay? So when you listen to that, you get a whole nother Whitney Houston.
Yeah. And that's when the Newark come out. That's when we saw the Newark. Yeah.
Listen, my thing with Wendy, though, she did not flinch. Like, it was...
Yeah. Wendy was on it.
I'm like, dang, how do you do that? But one of the things that I noticed too, I'm like, if you can be that bold, you know, it's entertainment. And people always, when you're entertaining, they're gonna put you on. But I realized that on TV, she doesn't have the advantage of not sitting in front of that person. So
I was just about to
pop off, you know, over the phone.
I didn't realize that is it Omarosa, the woman from The Apprentice? They showed that in the documentary of Wendy confronting her because she came on the show ready for radio Wendy, and she was like, look, like I thought this down, and she tried her, and Wendy got her together. So but yeah, they spoke to what y'all are saying, that like TV was different. That was a hard adjustment for her.
And don't get me wrong, like I feel like Wendy is super resilient. I think that she was going through things like in the moments, on air, live, television, radio, everything. And I'm surprised she didn't fall out sooner. But the way that she gets back up, there's a part of her that I want to respect so bad. There's a part of her that I know that you're a New York girl, like you don't let anything keep you down. You keep going, you keep pushing, you don't care what people think. And I want to respect that so bad. I just know that like there are just so many damaging things that are like, I can't even, you lose count. Sorry, Juan. You lose count. But and so it's like I feel for you. I know what you went through would break me. I get it. But like she just repurposed or redirected a lot of addressing of a lot of issues to innocent people.
Yeah, she definitely can, but
and to me that's a bully.
Yeah. But let me tell you, listen, the co-hosts are not here for her coming in with me. Y'all still
the voice of an angel. I know that's right now. So.
I know that she's an angel.
Her woman waited out for Wendy. She left her to bed.
Jena, somebody said, "Did you apologize?"
I did. I was in the moment, and it's fine. We're fine.
That's hilarious.
Fine.
Her Whitney's liver.
Lover.
Oh, okay. I was like,
that could be a whole other conversation.
That was going
her lover, not her liver.
Lover.
Yeah.
Lover, I got it. So I think Raven had asked, there are two. Yes, there is the drama, the actual movie, which I want to give props to the young lady who played Wendy Williams in the movie. I think she was phenomenal. The mannerisms, the voice, everything, she nailed it. And then there's a documentary that they aired right after the movie where it's Wendy and some of her close friends and colleagues and some celebrities kind of talking about what they observed with her marriage and just her career and different things. So I would encourage y'all to watch one or both, just for your own entertainment and knowledge.
I thought they both were.
I tried to watch one,
and I'm not a fan, but I thought they both were a good watch.
Yeah, I thought it was a good watch.
I tried to watch a documentary, and I like anybody who knows me. I love a documentary. Like I will watch documentaries before I watch anything else. And I tried to watch it twice, maybe 3 times, and. I mean, first of all, I got lost because there was like commercial breaks and it's like she's in one setting in a chair with like a black backdrop and she's being very candid. And then there's another setting where she's like on a couch doing her treatment. And then, like it just felt choppy. It felt confusing. It felt like it felt like I kept falling asleep. So I just fell asleep.
Right.
Sorry, I'm racist. I'm sorry. But Andy and Jerry O'Connell said very nice things.
They did. Well, in other entertainment news, are y'all ready to get into the Battle of the Browns?
Oh, yes.
I don't know. Who is it?
Well, you're going to find out. Listen. So Battle of the Browns, this is where we do the Who Wore It Better, the brown skin version. And this is about styling, so be nice. And y'all, you know, I'm a little rusty, just got my laptop back, so please bear with me because I can't even find this feature today for some reason. Oh, here we go.
Look at God. Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and give y'all today's battle.
I want to congratulate Jay on her new job. Congratulations, Jay. That's
yes,
awesome.
congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
And did we miss anybody else?
Shane popped in for a hot second. I don't know if he's still here.
Oh yeah, he did say, hey Shane.
Wait, did Wendy sleep with Method Man or not? Jay, we're not doing it.
No, that has you know, I wanted to bring up the whole Eric B situation, but I was like, we just gonna move past.
And then the R&B singer, like it was worth a Google.
I mean, who was it? Listen, if y'all not finished, we can go. We got some time.
No, we can load it. I do want to let y'all know that I'm not trying to be obnoxious with my gallon jug. I forgot to convert it, so if you see me lift this up.
Okay. So we do have to answer these questions. So the Method Man thing, I think that's a yes.
Oh, for sure. He was all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You knew it was a yes when his wife responded, and he never said anything at all.
Mm-mm.
You knew.
Yeah, and she didn't say that you lying on us, or
right.
it was just
She
kind
never
of
said it
like.
happened.
And they see the meme where it shows like an old picture of Method Man when he used to be looking all crazy with the hair and the eyes and all that. And it was an old picture when it was like these two slept together, like not necessarily like the two current versions of themselves, but them in the 90s. Yes, that's totally believable.
Yeah. And
I really wish she loved herself more and didn't do that much to herself. She was beautiful.
Yeah, I kind of forgot how she originally looked. I was like, dang, like she wasn't that bad looking. I don't know. But again, those body
I
images.
wish somebody could piss me off and I'm like, I want to got more liposuction, go to the clinic. Like, give me that job.
That was a disaster in the making from day one. They had her so self-conscious about her body the minute she could do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like they say it's almost like you get dysmorphia, like it doesn't even make sense anymore because in her mind she keeps wanting this bigger, and it's like you gotta go. Like you're okay.
No, she was beautiful, and she was an adorable little girl. Like she was a gorgeous kid. Like growing up, you're not small, you're not like rail thin, like you don't like look like a Barry Kicks commercial, but you were a beautiful little girl, and I hope that your parents told you that. Right, and you had siblings, like you were the middle child. Like I get it, but like you were a beautiful little girl.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. Calling people names. No, somebody mentioned. Oh, Maddie, how you know Eric B ruined her credit?
Maddie. But y'all ain't see the clap back of Eric B on the Insta showing a picture from him during that time frame with his brand new car. Like I needed somebody to rent a car. Where? Who? Y'all ain't see that picture Eric B posted?
No.
I didn't see that, but
he's trying to let y'all know he was good. But no, that's believable as well.
He may have been. I don't think that apparently he was hurt a rental. People just be irresponsible.
Right. Like you can have a car and still get rentals and just be
so y'all know I've been watching that Trap Queens documentary on the BET Plus. I'm living my plus size life in 2021. I'm watching Disney Plus, BET Plus, Discovery Plus. Like it's a whole experience. You can have my login. But
all right,
can we please
go
move
ahead?
on? Because these comments
are definitely get into this Battle of the Browns, y'all. All right. Can y'all see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, let me see.
heard
It wasn't me.
Sorry, that was my alarm.
Who did that?
Look at that.
All right, y'all. I'm sorry. I told y'all this again. Literally just getting back together when we got here. So
I think we definitely have a lot more to talk about, so that's all right. That's all.
I'm
good.
about to say because I can tell y'all who this boy was.
Oh yeah, you didn't tell us that, but I'll
yeah.
see if it works because I got to show y'all this. I do.
Okay,
But go ahead. Who was the guy?
Apparently, it was an R&B singer, Sherrick. He was also known as Lamont Smith. He was a member of the group Cagney and was signed to Warner Brothers Records. And one of his songs is on the Last Dragon soundtrack. So for her to even say he was a one-hit wonder was a stretch.
I was going to say, so what was the hit?
Yeah, I was wondering. I thought they were being vague to protect his identity for some reason. So
yeah.
Sherrick would have pointed out murders and alleged sexual assault. She called his mesmerized.
I feel like I never knew this song. Like, you know, it didn't come up to me like, oh, I know
that generation though, may have.
Yeah, I don't know what. I'm not even gonna say it.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I had a couple people in my head too before I found out that I was gone, and I'm not gonna do that
even
either.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Don't do that.
All right,
I've hit a birthday, so I'm trying to be more mature.
So let's see if we can do this. Hold up.
Oh.
Hold up. Why did that? I literally just. Okay. Is it? Am I doing this?
Are they dressed?
Is that Chloe?
Okay, that it is Chloe on
Chloe and Cardi?
Yeah, so we have Chloe Bailey and Cardi B. Oh, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a myself real quick. Cause it was so cute. Let me see. All right.
Okay.
So let me know. Does that work?
Yes.
That works.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right, everybody.
Chloe,
so,
and I love me some Cardi. This is hard.
Why did
the brightness?
Tilt it down.
Yeah. We see it, baby.
Co-host, y'all see it? Here we go. All right.
Okay.
So we have Chloe, we have Cardi B. They both had on a plaid Burberry dress. Jena, are you able to give us a quick rundown for those who may be listening?
Sure. Chloe, first and foremost, I think Chloe and Cardi have two completely different body shapes. So any look would look different on each of them. Definitely want to point that out, but they both look beautiful. It is a classic Burberry plaid print. There is a cutout, a sweetheart, a long sleeve. There's a neck detail. It is a mini dress. Cardi is doing a side swoop bun, like very 90s, real cute. Chloe has her locks, braided back, or however she just makes it look magical. And I didn't see the shoes on either of them, so I think that's fair. And seasonally, I think that it works right now. So yeah, that's my breakdown.
All right. So listen, this is like a knockout. So I'm gonna just go ahead and see what y'all here think. Well, Jena, did you choose?
I love them both. They are two completely different. So if they are identically dressed, they look like two completely different women, which I love. I like the idea of Burberry being like a classic conservative thing, and the bun and the swoop did it for me. So I'm gonna go with Cardi.
I knew
you right,
Cardi.
Corey Boone. Oh, you want to know where they are?
Cardi's in a box.
Let me help you out real quick because I know that's part of your decision. Cardi was actually speaking to some kids. She went to a school that day.
What? I saw that video. Yes, she was. Yeah. I did see that video. About the presidents.
Okay. I should have told him that. Anyway, and I'm pretty sure Chloe was in her house playing dress up like the rest of us, and 2020, 2021.
Okay. I will say they do both look good. I did not need to know that she was.
Oh, no, he ain't. No.
Elementary school.
It reminds me of like that principal in Texas who had to come up with a letter to say parents do not show up to the school looking like this, and she had like a whole list of things you could look like. Anyway,
you can look like Cardi B.
Right. No, both of them look amazing. They look beautiful. It looks like our co-hosts have a choice though, but I'm gonna let Shalena chime in very quick.
Did you choose?
I said no.
No, come on now. Y'all know how this game is played.
If I have to choose,
God, my friend Danielle, you have to pick one.
I would pick Cardi if I had to choose.
All right. Okay. Lily?
A house divided on this one. Well, maybe it's just going to be me. I loved Chloe, actually. So to Jena's point, I thought it was a very classic look. And I loved Cardi's hair, but the tattoo on the thigh messed it up for me. Like that just for me. And I just felt like Chloe looked very cute and angelic, and it gave it a different class level for me. So I'm going with Chloe. I love Chloe and Halle. I love.
Before I give my vote, I have the co-host. They tripping off of this school. Yeah, she was at an elementary school.
It was an elementary school, like at the end of my class.
It goes in the Bronx. She was in the Bronx. They don't care about stuff.
Oh, crazy. So this is actually a house divided because I am Chloe. And I think for the same thing, it's like with that particular brand, I think about sophistication, and I actually like Chloe's because her version of the dress was longer. Mm. So I like that it was because you could see, more of Chloe's body. And I like that it looked like it was at least like knee length where Cardi had on a shorter version.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Chloe could go to elementary school.
Definitely.
Oh my goodness. All right. So
Chloe, co-hosts are with us. Chloe.
Yeah.
Anybody say Cardi? No Cardi?
Nobody said Cardi.
Come on.
Not even the New Yorkers?
Jay?
No, not even the New Yorkers.
Mm.
Somebody said, wait, she cut the dress.
Happens a lot.
Well, Jay said Cardi definitely looked good. I agree too. I thought that it fits Cardi nicely as well.
No, I agree
but
with that.
Yes, made for Chloe, honey.
No, I agree with that. But I think that the thing of it was like, if Chloe would have put her hair up and let that neckline and the décolleté be what it was, hands down.
Mm.
Like that whole detail needed its moment, and it was just hair in the way. So.
All right, y'all. Well, up next, we are trying something new today. Mm. And y'all may have remembered the Somebody Loves You segment. And we decided to make these more like celebrity case studies because, listen, friends, a couple of people kind of came for us. They needed to, I don't know, they wanted to explain their side or whatever. And I'm like, a lot of these things are out here and really, y'all are just examples, and it's conversation to talk about life. So this is our first time doing this. Let us know what y'all think. But who we got up is T.I. and Tiny.
Mm.
Moment of silence.
Yes.
The Harris Hustle gang.
So recently, T.I. and Tiny have been accused of human trafficking, sex trafficking,
drugging, raping.
Yeah, drugging, raping.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I think that this all started with some random argument that they were having with someone that they knew. This is why you don't argue with people who have anything to lose. But anyway, and then this turned into a whole thing about what goes on in their marriage, the different affairs that they've had with other women. And now I think at this point, it's like 14 and counting that are saying that in some way they felt abused or violated by T.I. and Tiny. For those of you who may not know, I feel like the world knows at this point, but they've been known to engage in threesomes and things of those nature in their marriage. And here it is, 2021, and this is the headline. They released a statement saying that it's not true. T.I. got on the Instagram Live in the forest and mentioned that whatever happened was consensual between adults. So let's talk about this. Where y'all at when it comes to marriage, open marriages, polyamory, threesomes? What y'all think? What y'all think?
I think people want me to sing, so I'm gonna quickly just go ahead and throw this out here.
Please.
Somebody loves you, baby.
They was asking.
Whoa, somebody loves you, baby. And you know who it is. All right, y'all go ahead.
The people were asking for it. I was wondering.
People were asking.
You was gonna do it. You decided when you was gonna do it clearly, but it was gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm not a married person, so I would love to hear what the married folk think on this.
You know what we think.
Page and in the chat. I will say this. It's pretty interesting that he basically admitted to being at the scene of the crime. Like, he's admitted to like having these situations. And I always feel like that is the issue when you are in murky water. Oh, you're very welcome, Teresa. In murky water, you will get stained. Like I just feel like, how do I say this? People should be able to do what they want to do in their bedrooms, as long as it's consensual and legal. Or how do I guess legal is the right word, but you know what I'm trying to say. So, but the issue that I have is like, you can't introduce drugs or other things like that in a situation where people aren't able to decide for themselves what they want to do. I think that's what starts to get really murky. And I think it's interesting that he at least put himself at the crime. He at least said that he was having these experiences and they were all consensual. So I don't know.
Like, boom, I ain't married. Waiting for God to send me my Boaz and whatever. But I just don't understand why people get married and then they still want to be with a bunch of people. Like, just don't be married. Like, do y'all have sex with everybody in the world? Have this house where you have people up and through? But I just don't understand people who build a reputation on being married and building a family and a life together still feel the need to have everybody else involved in their marriage. Like, what is the point? So I now yield the floor to the married folks.
Okay.
All right, I'll go first. Okay. So what I'm gonna say is this. I think that anyone who is married, who's been in a long-term relationship, who's been in a relationship for a couple of months, if it didn't work out, it's for obvious reasons, and it's because relationships are difficult enough with two people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when you start talking about these other things, like, I do feel that adults have the agency to make their own decisions. And I understand that, like, we're exploring different lifestyles and how people want to live and how people want to embrace their sexuality. But I think that there needs to be a conversation about, it takes an incredible amount of maturity to deal with whether it's polyamory, whether you're having threesomes. And the other thing is that you have to be very mindful of your position if you are in a position of power, because you end up being the one that carries the brunt of whatever happens. So it's like, at the end of the day, you know, maybe this is something that you all were doing and you were having fun or whatnot. But when you throw drugs in there, it gets a little sketchy. Maybe this woman did agree to hang out with you and your spouse, but then if somebody else shows up, it gets a little sketchy. So I think that all of those things have to be taken into consideration when it comes to these different lifestyles. And I'll just say, because, you know, in the case of T.I., because y'all know he a Bible thumping patriarch, or it's a patriarchy. And, you know, this is why it says to avoid the appearance of evil, because this is how you get to all of these different stories that's happening. Yeah, we engaged with strippers, but we didn't do this. Well, yeah, we had these drugs, but we didn't get this. It gets too messy. It gets too convoluted. And at the end of the day, maybe those situations at the time were perfectly okay, but here it is now. And yeah, I don't know. So, ooh, wait a minute.
A little bit. Come on now.
So are we saying threesomes? Like what are we saying? What is the
I see some co-hosts saying that people have the right to do it in the privacy of their homes and bedrooms, and their choices is their choice.
I agree with that. I choose to make sure that I'm enough for my marriage and my role. And I identify if my husband is no longer enough for my marriage role. And at that point, I'm not adding somebody. That requires a subtraction of someone. In my mind, I feel like what you allow is what will continue. So I don't understand how we got from he cheated on me and I'm leaving to these people are saying that we took advantage. We took advantage of them. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. It sounded like some things got resolved with a agenda of some sort. Like, maybe this will help us. Like, maybe this will take the focus off of me and you and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, like, it'll just be a good time. And, you know, it might have been innocent at first. But my dad always told me, if you're going to do something wrong, do it by yourself. So in my mind, I feel like Shalena said, if you enter into a union of marriage, I don't live anywhere that is allowed more than that. So in my mind, like, what you do in your business, what you do in your marriage is your business. That's not for me. I don't understand how we go from he cheated on me to I'm leaving to I go to my daughter's appointments to make sure things are intact, to yes, it was consensual, everybody was just having a good time. And then you are a person of influence, you are a person in the community, you are a person in the entertainment business. And now this affects other people who might be doing something similar to what you're doing in the right way, but you're tarnishing their image. Like, you're putting them in a spotlight that's like, well, wait a minute, I'm not free. So
how you going to explain this to these kids? How you going to explain this to Eris Harris? I like saying both. And how you going to explain this to Major and King? This is crazy.
It is crazy.
I don't know, but again, it takes me to a place of I don't understand. Like, these people, I don't think these people are coming out of nowhere for no reason. I think that, you know, everybody has an advantage for something. I'm not saying that these people are lying. They're not. But these people aren't coming out of nowhere for no reason. So keep it clean.
Fire, like Jay said, keep it clean, keep it cute. Eric raised a good point. Kathia had put up the comment that marriage looks like what it's set up on. So if people set up their marriage in a way to be open or to have these different things, then some people would say, like, you know, what's the problem? As long as it's the agreement that they entered together. I'm with Jena. Like, I understand and would like to set up my future marriage, God willing, to just be
two people. I think you bring up I think you bring up a really good point, though. I think to Eric's point, is whatever the people in that agreement agree on. But I think that the issue that I have with the T.I. and Tiny situation is that people are feeling like they have been taken advantage of. If it's their
right.
I don't really care. I care more about people who felt like they were put in a position because they were drugged. I mean, they felt like they couldn't maneuver how they usually maneuver, even if they're around certain celebrities. I think that, to me, is the issue. Again,
I feel like the celebrity itself is a drug. Like their status is like if you want to do something, you want to get up. Like I feel like, let's say there's no substance, like physical substance involved. The fact of that they're celebrities. Sorry, I have my braces in. The fact that they're celebrities in itself is already like a, like you, depending on the mindset of a person that they're approaching, it's like, should I? I mean, this could elevate my career and I could get to know them. And I don't know, like, should I? Like, I feel like that itself is already like, I don't know, like it doesn't sit well in general. Like, not to say that just because you're somebody can't approach people like that, but if somebody, I don't know, it just.
I mean, it's along the lines of the R. Kellys and the Bill Cosbys and all those things. Like, it's not a good look.
Yeah, they put themselves in a very compromising situation. And I'll say, as someone who has had to talk to a lot of young women and confidence and things like that, you know, oftentimes when you're talking about activities that involve groups, I have spoken with a number of women who have been in situations where there have been multiple men there. And they have all said that they were very much so aware that they were seeing one person. They were very much so aware that they were seeing one person, that they may have been intimate with that person or whatnot. And it was a situation where somebody else just shows up. Right. And how that goes after is some women felt like they took control over the situation. You know, some women felt like they were raped. But my thing is that when we're learning more about trafficking and whatnot, it's not just this, you know, van kidnapping you and putting you in a car. It's like, if you sit up here and offer somebody to a friend, and this is not something that they were aware of, you know, you're running in these murky waters, and it's a very compromising, ugly situation.
Yeah, the definition for sexual assault is not as narrow as people want to think. I mean, the second that putting me in a situation where I can't say no for fear of my safety, even if you don't know it, is automatically treading towards sexual assault. I will never forget a conversation a long time ago, because there was a story, and now that I even think about it, the story is even gross that it came out in the news. But there was a story about this young girl, I think at my high school or high school in my hometown somewhere, where she was caught in a bathroom with several boys. And we were talking, and you said there's no way, even if the girl thought that she had control, that she actually had control in that situation. And that has always stuck with me, because you're absolutely right. Like in the society that we live right now, there is no situation where a young girl would be able to actively and seriously have control of a situation with multiple boys in the same, like that just doesn't even make any sense.
Nope.
So I think to be honest, the music industry has not had the same Me Too situations as Hollywood, as some other industries, right? So we do know that there are a lot of rings and groups and all types of things that are going on. And so if Tiny and T.I. have to be the examples to break open those conversations, I think it's worthwhile, even if they're not actually, I don't even know, found guilty in the court of public opinion, to at least have these conversations to say, well, what else is going on? Who else have been caught in these situations? I actually think that it's worthwhile. And I think that people should say what they have been through. I'm saying this personally, not for somebody say TV, but I think Chris Stokes needs to go to jail. I think that people need to actually look into that entire situation that's been going on and ask some questions.
100% agree.
Our favorite artist from a childhood group that I won't name here, but that's related to Chris, that is connected to Chris Stokes, also should be considered and looked at, because there's some murky, ugly things going on with that situation as well. So we need to have more of these conversations, and I hope that people feel strength. I understand that people are coming out saying their experiences with T.I. and Tiny. I hope that people have the strength to be able to say, like, hey, this happened to me too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. we're getting a couple of comments about Todd and Candy, and this is something that has crossed our mind too. But I want to say one of the big differences is that this kind of opened my eyes to one of the reasons why Candy may be so anti-alcohol. And again, that makes a difference. But we are, Candy makes a really big deal about her not drinking.
Yeah.
And so, to be able to, for her not to be under the influence, it changes the amount of control, that she has over herself in the situation too. Somebody said with T.I. and Tiny, they guilty in public.
It looks bad.
It does look bad.
It does look bad. And you think about the people that are there with them, like the LaToya's filing for divorce. And then I feel like Candy's sexuality and her awareness of physical interaction has not been a secret. So I feel like I don't want to rope people together, but it just doesn't look good for people who know them based on different headlines and things that we've seen and we've known and that they've shown us about. It just doesn't look good. And it might be completely innocent on one side. It might be completely consensual and very aware and very okay in their marriage and in social interactions and sexual interactions and things like that on their side. But this, it's heavy. It's a lot. It's not aside from the damage that this is going to do to the women that are being affected, to the children that are being affected, to the families, everything like that. This is not anything small. This is not anything small. This man basically cursed out, what's her name? Candace. Oh, who gives a shit? Oh, whatever her name is. Yeah, T.I.'s on panels using big made up words. He is a representative of the community. They have a television show that they modeled after the Cosby Show. Their opening, it's not anything small. This is part of Black culture, and for it to be for this headline to come up, it's not anything small. I don't think that this is going to go away quietly.
No. And the thing people have to remember too, role models are chosen. You don't get to choose if you are a role model. And especially in this case, to your point, Jena, that you're putting yourself out there to be, somebody said the Prince of Wakanda and all of these different things. So,
Who said that?
It wasn't one of these comments, but to whom much is given, much is required. And that's it. But yeah, let's get into some role models. We're at that Are You That Somebody segment of the show where we shout out dope people doing dope things. And Corey Boone has someone to share with us today.
Yes. One of my really good friends and former colleagues, Leah Bird. She is the owner of For Your Glory LLC. That LLC company, private and small business, is an online Christian-based company that provides Christian-based apparel and paraphernalia. These items include, but are not limited to, tees, bistro mugs, buttons, and devotional items. All items are designed to encourage discipleship among believers in a way that is encouraging and right for today's culture and all generations. And I realized that I messed up by not having my For Your Glory or
God over everything.
Yeah, I apologize, Leah, but I should have warned that. But maybe I'll post it and then I'll tag Leah in it.
Oh, yeah.
Her IG is at BYRD_FYG. Again, BYRD_FYG. And the website is 4yourglory.org. 4yourglory.org. So shout outs to Leah Bird. She's awesome. And I'm just so proud of her. And we'll definitely make sure to hype up her t-shirt and her apparel.
Absolutely. We can definitely get that on the Instagram. The sweatshirts, they're really cute. They say God, and then they have the divide sign.
Yeah.
And, everything. Really, really cute.
Oh, I love
it. All types of colors. Lime and orange and any color that you probably want.
Yeah.
I feel my size.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Well, that is it for today. Somebody Said TV. For those of you who don't know, because we didn't know, we're actually still in season 1.
Candleberg.
Yes. So we're going to go ahead and finish out this season. We'll be running these episodes every other Thursday at 8 p.m. until April. Is it 16th?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay. If it's not, we'll post it, let you know. Jena?
What?
Oh, you look like you was about to say something. So
Nope.
yeah, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook at Somebody Said TV. Please subscribe and remember to hit us up if you do want those Clubhouse invites. We'll be happy to give them to you.
Yes.
Anything else before we get out of here?
No, welcome back. We are very, very happy to be back and looking forward to more conversations in the future.
Oh, we love y'all. Thanks, Sheeta.
Yes, DM us any news, anything y'all want to talk about, anything you see, like let us know. Like you guys are just as much a part of this as we are, so let us know what we should be talking about.
Glad to be back. I know people
was time.
When we was on break, people was hitting me up. You want to talk about this week? Break. When we break, we break.
We did, and we broke.
We did.
Yeah.
But I can get into the Keisha Shanti battle whenever y'all ready.
Oh, no, let us know if y'all do want to talk about that. We might do a random special, maybe a Clubhouse.
A Clubhouse.
Listen, they were late, so we could be late too.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
Thanks, Jay.
Well, we love y'all. Next episode, I'll be ready. Good night, everybody.
You are ready.
Good night.